UFC 319 broadcast is presented in high definition by Crypto.com, the world's leading cryptocurrency platform. These flyweight rankings are presented by the Change Better.
Oh yeah, boys.
They're all chasing Alexandre Pantoja. That includes Tim Elliot, number 11 in the world.
We finally made it to UFC 319. It's the biggest fight card of the year. Dricus, Plessis versus Khamzat. I'm trying to get the proper setting for you guys before I continue. Yeah, man, biggest fight of the year. Biggest fight of the year, man. We've got sub ZA Bertram. He's saying, where can you watch the fights? This is the only place to watch the fight, man. I'm reacting live. If you're in South Africa, Super Sports. If you're in South Africa, or you can just, go on the internet and go search for, I guess, a live stream if it's available. I don't know. But yeah, man, UFC 319. Dricus Plessis is in the building. Khamzat is in the building. We're a few minutes away from Kai Asakura versus Tim Elliot. Again, guys, this is Zar-Kombat. I'm reacting to UFC 319 live. Please subscribe to my channel, Zar-Kombat. If you're in the chat, please subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button, man. ZA Bertram is asking me to type the free link. I can't, bro. I can't, because if I can, then if I type it in, then the YouTube is gonna take down my channel. So I can't do that, bro. Sorry. I wish I could, but I can't. I'll tell you one thing. Go check out Stream East. Stream East. That's all I can say. That's all I can say on live. I don't want to get canceled. The UFC is very strict on, free links and streaming. So, go check out Stream East. Stream East. That's all I can tell you, my brother. Go check out Stream East right now. You get to watch the fights for free. Again, guys, it is UFC 319. I'm reacting live. We've got Kai Asakura coming up versus Tim Elliot. First fight of the night. UFC 319, man. Dricus Plessis is in the building. Khamzat is in the building. The biggest fights of the year. I am so excited, man. I think DDP is going to win. I think the belt is staying here in Africa. It's staying here in South Africa, which is where I'm watching from. But yeah, man, biggest fight of the year. Big fight. Again, guys, if you're in the chat, please subscribe to the channel. If you love UFC, you love MMA, I'm the channel you want to check out. Go check out some of my videos and my other live stream videos. I've got another reaction videos. Okay, Kai Asakura is in the cage. He has made the walk. He's in there waiting for Tim Elliot. Like, I'm so hyped for this fight, man. This is the biggest fight that, not only the biggest fights in DDP versus Khamzat, but the entire main card, man. This is the biggest main card for 2025, and it's not even close. maybe UFC 311, but then UFC 311, Aman Sarukian pulled out, so it can't be the fight card of the year. UFC 319 on the main card, there are no pullouts. Everyone is fighting tonight. I'm so excited, man. Kai Asakura has entered the cage, waiting for Tim Elliott to come out. Tim Elliott has made the walk. He's about to enter the cage. I was hoping that maybe the UFC were going to give Kai Asakura a striker. I don't understand why they gave him Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott, one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artists in the flyweight division. He's a veteran. He's been around for a very long time. I think if this fight goes to the ground, it's going to be an easy win for Tim Elliott. But if it stays on the feet, then I'm always gonna pick Kai Asakura. I do have Kai Asakura winning this fight. In my prediction, I said round 1 KO or TKO, and I still believe in that prediction. Tim Elliott has entered the cage. We are live. It is UFC 319, all the way in Chicago. Big fight, man. Big fight. And not just the main fights in DDP versus Khamzat. The entire fight card is just, it's beautiful, man. Best fight card of the year. Again, guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel, Zar-Kombat. Let me check if... Okay, we're still live. Again, guys, it is Zar-Kombat. If you love MMA, you wanna know the fights that are gonna be coming up, breaking news, everything MMA, I'm the guy you wanna subscribe to. So please check out my channel and please make sure to hit the subscribe button. I need to get my followers up, man. So Kai Asakura, 31 years old, Tim Elliott, 38. Bruce Buffer is in the building. We are live, man. UFC 319 in Chicago. It is, let me check the time. Right now in South Africa, it is 4 a.m. I want to know where you guys are watching from. What time is it where you're watching from? It's 4 a.m. right now in South Africa. And, whenever it's a Dricus to Plessis fight, you always have to wake up early. And, there's no other way. We have to support our boy. He's the only guy that's carrying the flag on the highest level in the UFC right now. So whenever it's a Dricus to Plessis fight, we're always gonna wake up early. But yeah, right now we've got Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura going down. Bruce Buffer is introducing Kai Asakura. Well, Kai Asakura is the number 15th flyweight in the world. Well, that doesn't make any sense because he made his debut against Alexandra Pantoja. Kai Asakura made his debut against Pantoja and he lost his debut, so I don't understand how he's the number 15th guy in the world. It doesn't make any sense. Tim Elliott, obviously a veteran, has been in the UFC forever. He's faced everyone, your Brandon Moreno's, your Manel Kaps. Has been in the UFC for a very long time. The introductions are done for Kai Asakura versus Tim Elliott. We're about to begin. First fight of the main card. Let's see if Kai Asakura can get it done in round 1 by KO. That is my official prediction for the fight. Kai Asakura wearing the white shorts, Tim Elliot wearing the purple shorts. Both guys are fighting from orthodox position, but Tim Elliot keeps switching his... Oh, nice left hook by Kai Asakura. He's already touching the chin of Tim Elliot. If I was Tim Elliot, I would not risk standing with this guy, man. I mean, Kai Asakura, obviously a former Rizan champion, the biggest superstar in Japan when it comes to combat sports. So you don't want to stand with this guy. He's very fast on the feet. He's got a win of a Manel Cup in Rizan. So as much as he did lose, oh, nice right hand by Kai Asakura. Kai Asakura, as much as he did lose against Pantoja, he gave him a run for his money. He threw that flying knee at the beginning of the round in their fights, which really hurt Pantoja. But yeah, man, Pantoja's an absolute animal. I don't think anyone is gonna beat that guy. You know, Joshua Van is our last hope against Pantoja. But oh, ooh, crazy hooks. Oh! Yeah, Kai Asakura's going crazy with the hooks. Oh, another right hand by Kai Asakura. This is a crazy approach by Tim Elliot. The fact that he's willing to stand with Kai Asakura right now is insane. But big ups to him, man. I mean, there's not a lot of guys that are willing to stand with Kai Asakura in this division, because it doesn't make sense to. I mean, he's one of the best strikers in the world. Another right hand by Kai Asakura. Oh, another right hand. Left hand by Kai. Yeah, Kai Asakura really needs... Oh, left hook. Kai Asakura is really fast, and he doesn't seem to be missing anything that he's throwing at Tim Elliot. Tim is really approaching this fight in a weird way. I mean, to stand with Kai Asakura when you've got the advantage on the ground is not the smartest game plan, especially since, you know, Kai has a very big chip on his shoulder. He came onto the UFC and he was given a massive opportunity at fighting the champion on his debut. You know, he lost that fight. So he's obviously coming into his second fight in the UFC with a lot of pressure on his shoulders to get this W. The fact that you want to stand up with the guy who's got one of the best striking in the world, I don't know whether it's just confidence in... I don't know whether for Tim Elliot it's the confidence in his skill set, or, you know, he's got something to prove, or maybe he just believes he's better than Kai. I mean, but this is a crazy approach by him, since he has, you know, a high level ground game. I feel like he could easily take down Asakura. Well, not maybe take him down easily, but he could take him down. And oh, nice head kick by Kai. Okay, Tim Elliot takes him down. He takes him down. He's got side control. You know, this is not where Kai wants to be right now. Round 1. You know, Tim Elliot is still fresh. You don't want to be on the ground with this guy. For my money, I think it's the best. He's the best grappler besides the champion Pantoja in the division. Tim Elliot's got the crucifix position right now. 13 seconds left in round 1. I think Kai's gonna survive this round. Yeah, he's gonna survive. Tim Elliott, as much as Tim Elliott got the takedown in the last minutes of the round, but he didn't really do much. So I think Kai won that fight. It was a 10-9 round for Kai. Well, I guess my prediction was wrong. I thought Kai Asakura was going to get the first round KO or TKO, but I still think he can TKO Tim Elliott in round 2 or round 3 because Tim is really, he is determined to stand up with Kai Asakura, which is insane. What is like he literally didn't even try to take down Kai. He only got the takedown because Kai threw a left head kick or high kick, and he caught the leg. And obviously, you catch the leg, you take the guy down. It's not like he was even looking for the takedown. It came to him, and it was an easy one. And he's gonna come in round 2 and choose to stand with him. I want to see what Tim Elliott does. His approach. His team needs to tell him you lost the round, so he can fight smart. Round 2. Nice right hand by Kai Asakura. Yeah, man. Tim Elliott, he's not taking this fight to the ground. He's throwing some weird things at Kai. It's such a weird style. I mean, his hands are far away from his chin. He's looking like a cartoon out there. He's doing nice left hand by Tim Elliott. Yeah, Tim Elliott is just having fun. He hasn't been in the cage in a while now, so I think he's just grateful to be back and being able to do his job. That's why he's having fun out there. I think Kai really is the more serious one in this one. Because again, man, he's got a lot of pressure on his back. Japan wants to see him win. He's got the whole of Japan, the whole of Asia behind him. So he has to get this win. And not just a win, but an impressive one. Nice low kick by Kai Asakura. Yeah, man. Tim Elliott, he's throwing shots from out of range and he's missing all of those. Nice left hand by Tim Elliott. Another left hand by Tim Elliott. Yeah, Kai really keeps his right hand down, just ready to throw. So as much as that is good for him because the right hand is always there for him, but because he keeps his right hand low, if you're fighting from a southpaw position, you can always throw the leftover hook. The leftover hook is always there to land on Kai Asakura because his right hand is always below his chin. But yeah, man, 3 minutes into round 2. There's not really much going on in the round. Nice right hand by Kai. Tim Elliott throwing weird shots from out of range. He just threw an uppercut far away from Kai. Insane. And I mean, at least he's having fun though. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in round 2. Nothing big has happened yet. Both guys are just, going tit for tat. One guy lands, the other one lands, but there's still time for either man to really steal around and throw something big and land. Kai Asakura throwing and missing. I thought on the feet it wasn't even going to be competitive. I thought Kai was just gonna ragdoll Tim Elliott on the feet, but it's looking to be quite competitive. Tim Elliott is showing that he's is a UFC veteran and he's faced the best strikers in the UFC and he can stand it with anyone. Okay, Tim Elliott takes down Kai Asakura. He takes the back. Kai does not want to be here. He breaks away. The back in the middle of the clinch. That was a beautiful defense by Kai Asakura. Not being comfortable in those positions. Like as soon as Tim Elliott tried to take his back, he moved away. Or Tim Elliott gets the takedown. It's an easy takedown. Easy takedown for Tim Elliott, and Kai Asakura. He's not really scrambling to get out. He's just holding Kai Asakura's neck, so he wants to be on the ground as well, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, he's pushing away. Oh, Tim's got the neck. Tim's got the neck. Tim's got the neck. He's got the guillotine. It's in. It's in. It's in. He's got 30 seconds to walk. It's in deep, boys. It's in deep. Tim Elliott's got the choke. Guillotine. He's gonna tap. Kai's gonna tap. He's still got 20 seconds in round two. Ah, Kai Asakura taps. Wow. Kai Asakura taps. Tim Elliott, man. A veteran. Wow. Yeah, boys. Wow. Kai Asakura lost by submission. What a performance by Tim Elliott. Crazy, man, crazy. I thought Kai was gonna be able to knock him out on the feet, but I mean, to be honest, Kai, as soon as he got taken down, he was supposed to be scrambling and being ready to get up or do everything he can to get up. But as soon as Tim Elliott took him down, he pulled guard. Tim Elliott was on top of him, and then Kai Asakura decided to pull guard, which he doesn't have the best ground game. So why he decided to pull guard, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, at least we got to see a veteran win in Tim Elliott. He was having fun in there. He did stand with Kai Asakura. Kai didn't do anything big with the opportunities that were presented to him. But yeah. Tim Elliott, man, what a legend. Still at 39 years old, still facing the best guys in the world and getting the W. Facing Kai Asakura, man, the most dangerous striker in the division, and getting a win over Kai is massive for him. It really is. What a win for Tim Elliott. I want to know who he's gonna call out. I hope he calls out someone in the top 10. I'd like to see him fight maybe a Manel Cup. Yeah, because Manel Cup hasn't been very consistent. He's always pulling out of fights. So he has to fight someone ranked below and someone who has a chance of beating him. And Manel Cup doesn't have the best ground game. And if you're going to put him in there against Tim Elliott, I think Tim Elliott might get the W. Yeah. I really thought Kai Asakura was going to win. I thought he was going to win on the feet, but he made a mistake. He chose to stay on the ground with Tim Elliott. Man, second fight in the UFC, second loss in the UFC. That's bad. That is bad. Tim Elliot gets the W in round 2. He beats this the Japanese legend Kai Asakura. What a win! What a win for Tim Elliott, a real flyweight legend. I'll be back, boys. I gotta do something really quick. Please stay in the chat. I need to fix something really quickly. I'll be back. Okay, boys, we are back. We're getting ready for Michael Venom Page versus the Killer Gorilla, Cannonier. Let me read some of your comments. We've got Zede asking when is DDP fight. DDP South African time. I think he's gonna fight around maybe around 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. Massive win for Tim Elliott, beating Kai Asakura. Kai, man, I don't know. I think he should ask the UFC to give him an unranked striker at bantamweight. You know, he's killing himself to make flyweights, and there's no reason to kill himself since he's already got 2 losses, in that division. So I think he needs to move up and fight at his natural weight class, which is bantamweight. Because when he was champion at Rezan, he used to fight at bantamweight. So I don't understand why he came down to middleweights or came down to flyweight just to lose to all these guys. But yeah, he needs to go back to bantamweight and fight someone there. And ask for a striker. Ask for a striker, an unranked striker that he can get a win over. Okay, Khamzat is in the building. He's getting his hands wrapped. He's getting ready for the biggest fight of his life. DDP has also entered the chat. He is in the building. We're getting ready for Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. I did predict that Cannonier versus MVP is going to be a boring fight, but I do hope I'm wrong, guys. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it's an exciting fight, but I just don't see how this is going to be an exciting fight. I mean, I think Michael Venom Page is gonna come out and, you know, use his distance, use his reach, and just try to get the points over Cannonier. And it's just I think he's gonna strike his way to a decision. I think he's gonna strike he's gonna strike to a decision and get a comfortable victory over Cannonier. Cannonier, again, guys, is 41 years old, the oldest fighter at UFC 319. So we're gonna see how it goes. Like, I really hope I'm wrong. I was wrong for most of the predictions tonight. Kai Asakura lost. Chase Hooper lost. Who else? Yeah, those are the only fights I've been wrong for. Chase Hooper lost by KO. Kai Asakura lost by submission. And I predicted that Cannonier versus MVP is going to be a boring fight and that Michael Venom Page is going to win. I hope they come out and they have a war. Everyone that I saw that was doing predictions for this fight was saying it's going to be a boring fight. Max Holloway said he doesn't see it being an exciting fight. Alexander Volkanovski, Demetrius Johnson, he also said Cannonier versus Page is going to be a boring fight just because of the, you know, styles make fights, just because of their styles. But I think maybe MVP is going to throw a couple cool elbows, you know, flashy elbows, some flying knees to try and make the fight more exciting. But we'll see how it goes, man. We're a few minutes away. We're a few minutes away to the fight. It's a massive amount of bantamweight. I think the winner of this fight, the winner of MVP versus Jared Cannonier, would most likely get to fight Roman Dolidze, or maybe not even Roman Dolidze, but maybe even Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker could also take the winner of this fight, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. Again, guys, it is Zar-Kombat. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching and you love MMA, you love the UFC, I'm the guy you want to subscribe to. Everything that you love about MMA, fights that are going to be coming up. I've got breaking news on fights that are coming up. I've got live streams to all the pay-per-views. I've got just whatever, man. Everything MMA, everything UFC. I'm the guy you want to subscribe to. But we've got Jared Cannonier versus MVP happening live right now. Again, guys, we have to remember Jared Cannonier is 41 years old. Oldest fights in UFC 319. MVP is 39. He's not a young man also, but at least he's he doesn't really take much damage in his fights, so he's still able to move like he usually moves. He never really had any wars when he was in Bellator or in the UFC, so he can still go. Jared Cannonier has been in wars, man. He's been in wars with guys like Robocop, guys like Robert Whittaker, and he's took a lot of damage in his career. So I want to see what he looks like at 41 years old, still going strong, still fighting the best guys in the division. Can't wait to see. Michael Venom Page has made the walk. He's got 13 wins by KO. He's got 12 first round finishes in his MMA career. That's impressive. He does his signature. I don't know what he calls this. I guess Venom pose. He's entered the cage. He's walking around. We're waiting for the Killer Gorilla to walk. Killer Gorilla's coming out. Let me hear what he's walking out to. Cannonier looking mad. I think I might be wrong, boys. I think this might be an absolute war. Both guys are looking really, really focused and really determined to win. You know, another thing I want to mention, MVP does look way bigger than he did look against Skara. When he fought Skara at UFC Saudi Arabia, that was his middleweight debut, and he didn't look this big. So he's really looking like a middleweight now, more fat than muscular, but at least he's filling out. So I don't think he's gonna be as fast as he was against Skara Bullet, just because of the weight gain. You know, he's a bit chubby. So, you know, you never know. Maybe Cannonier might be able to catch him, you know, if he throws a few brutal leg kicks, leg kick, right overhand. Who knows? Jared Cannonier's got the most significant strikes in UFC, in a UFC middleweight fight, when he defeated Marvin Vettori back in 2023. He is one of two fighters in UFC history to have KOs in 3 weight divisions. So Jared Cannonier has a KO in middleweights. He's got a KO at light heavyweights, and he's got a KO at heavyweights. Impressive. He has finished 13 of his 18 wins, and 11 of those came by knockouts. So that is impressive. The killer gorilla at 41 years old has entered the cage. Who knows, man? This might be Jared Cannonier's last fight. I didn't even think about that, because I didn't hear him talk about retirement at all, at the press conference or at media day or even at the weigh-ins. I didn't see anyone on Instagram or on social media posting anything about him retiring. Taller, Michael Venom Page is taller than Jared Cannonier, and he's got a 2-inch reach advantage. I just hope this fight is exciting. But then again, guys, I want to go back to what I was saying earlier. I don't really think that this might be Jared Cannonier's last fight. I mean, we've been saying that he's the oldest fighter on the card. He's 41 years old, but who knows? This might be his retirement fight. And it really might be. I know Cannonier's a family man, like he's got a family, and he's been in all these wars. Maybe this is the last one. Because I think he knows that he's not gonna, unless maybe he's really, really determined and feels like he still needs a UFC belt. Maybe he can go on one last run. But I don't know, man. I think if he loses tonight, if he loses definitively, and it's a complete one-sided beating from Michael Venom Page, or a crazy KO, a career-ending KO, I think he might hang the gloves up. We've got Angela Reese in the building for UFC 319. Everyone is out, man. All the stars are out for UFC 319. Biggest fight card of the year. Round 1. Michael Venom Page versus Jared Cannonier. Michael Venom Page, like he always is, bouncing around. The crowd going crazy for MVP. 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 Even at the press conference, they were going crazy for him. I think there's a lot of people from London and in Chicago, because even Lerone Murphy was, the crowd was going crazy for Lerone Murphy, and he was just sitting there at the press conference being quiet the entire time. Yeah, man. MVP versus Jared Cannonier, round 1. Nothing has happened thus far. Just MVP bouncing around. Cannonier having a tough time reading MVP. MVP throwing feints at him. Michael Venom Page throws the right to the body. Oh, they're in the clinch against the cage. Michael Venom Page defending well. He's got the underhook. He needs to scoot to the side and push Cannonier against the cage. Scoot to the side, push Cannonier against the cage, and go back to what he was doing. MVP throwing knees in the clinch. Oh wow, MVP gets the trip. Yeah, MVP is looking very, very big this time at middleweight. He wasn't this big against Asakura Bullet. He looks massive. He even looks bigger than Jared Cannonier, Oh! Big right hand by MVP. Whoa. Oh. Sorry, boys. I had to try and save my reaction to that big right hand. That was crazy, man. MVP threw the biggest right hand I've ever seen. He throws that right hand, he knocks him down, and then he just tells him to chill. He's like, chill, 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 relax. Crazy. MVP is a crazy man. Takedown attempt by Cannonier. They're in the clinch. Yeah, man, Cannonier. This is what Cannonier is. He has to do this. Like he knows that MVP can hurt him now. MVP's got the heavy right hand. Like that right hand that he threw was it was brutal. Cannonier throwing knees against the cage. MVP not even trying to break the clinch. He's way too comfortable in the clinch. It's not doing anything for Cannonier also. He's not really throwing anything or trying to hurt MVP at all. He's just holding on. I think he might still be hurt from that right hand. But MVP defending the takedowns well. He's still against the cage, but he's defending the takedowns well. Oh man, Cannonier just throwing and missing. Michael Venom Page, Michael Venom Page's understanding of distance management is one of the best things I've seen in the UFC ever. I mean, he just figures guys out. It's sort of like when he's bouncing around, he kind of throws the left at you to kind of measure, the distance, and then so he keeps his hands down, and then he knows that as soon as he knows how far to stand away from you, he knows how far to stand away from you, so that when you throw him, you can't even touch him at all. You know, I mean, like you're throwing shots at the guy, and he doesn't even move his head. I want to see this right hand by MVP again. It was boom, heavy, heavy, heavy right hand, heavy right hand. Definitely a 10-8 round for MVP. That was a big takedown, big knockdown for him. Here we go, man. Round two. Another right hand by MVP. It was a pullback right. MVP again bouncing around cage. Another one, man. Another right hand by MVP. Michael Venom Page still looking as fast as he looked at welterweight. I thought he was gonna be slower, man, but he's not slow. I don't know if maybe the age of Cannonier is a factor in this. Because again, guys, we've got to remember Cannonier is 41 years old, and not only that, he's been in wars in the UFC. He's took a lot of damage in his career. So I mean, he looks good. He looks fit. He looks like his training camp went well. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, man, MVP is just clowning him right now. Wow. MVP is just clowning him right now. Yeah. Wow. It's insane. Like I don't think I've seen Jerry Cannonier get hurt like this. You know, RoboCop hurts him in the first round in the fights in the Apex, but you know this is different. This is different. When he gets hurt, when Cannonier gets hurt, he's able to bounce back. But here he's not even touching Venom Page. I mean, the only thing that's landing for him is the leg kicks, and even that they're not even landing hard at all. Another right hand by MVP. MVP's distant management is insane. I mean, he makes guys miss and he hits them and then he's able to frustrate them. Fighting Michael Venom Page must be one of the most irritating things in the world because he hits you, he hurts you, he clowns on you, he styles on you, and you're trying to hit him and he's smiling at you the entire time, and you're missing the shots and he's still smiling at you. They're in the clinch right now. The crowd is booing. Yeah, Cannonier has been in there with almost everyone. Your Adesanyas, your Vittori, he's been in there with Bravo Whitaker, but he's never faced anything like Michael Venom Page. When it comes to Cannonier gets the takedown. He gets the takedown, but MVP gets back up. He got right back up. Wow. Yeah, as I was saying, man, Cannonier's been in the UFC for a very long time now. He's faced everyone in the top 10, but he's never faced anything like Michael Venom Page. The style of MVP has not been solved. Only Ian Gary was able to solve that, and the only way to beat Michael Venom Page, or the only way we've seen Michael Venom Page lose, uh, was against Ian Gary, and Ian Gary had a heavy wrestling approach, and that's not the type of guy that Cannonier is. He wants to strike, he wants to hang in there, he wants to give the fans what they paid for. But I think he's gonna have to wrestle in this one. If he wants to win, he's gonna have to wrestle hard and get a submission. Because now we're 40 seconds into we've got 40 seconds left in round two, and it's looking like Michael Van Page is gonna make it to the end of the round, even though he's in the clinch. So Cannonier, MVP is already 2 rounds up in my scorecard. Or unless maybe Cannonier comes out in round two and he just throws haymakers and hopes that something lands. Because as much as Michael Van Page is such a skilled fighter when it comes to distance management, he keeps his hands way down. Like his hands are nowhere near his chin. So if Cannonier comes out in round three and he just keeps throwing hooks and hopes that he lands, maybe he might. You never know. Jared Cannonier has to take a lot of chances in this round. In this last round, he has to just throw whatever he can, empty out the gas tank, because if he doesn't do that, then he's already lost the fight. Looking at the replays right now, speed of MVP is crazy. Here we go. Third and final round. Jared Cannonier versus Michael Van Page. Michael Venom Page is up on the scoreboards. He knocked down Cannonier in round 1. He knocked him again. He knocked him down again in round 2. Uh, it's not really competitive, man. I mean, it's been a masterclass performance by Michael Venom Page. Let's see what Cannonier has for Michael Venom Page in the third and final round. Oh, crazy uppercut by Michael Venom Page. Almost got that uppercut. Jay Cannonier with the pressure. MVP, man. I mean, MVP is insane, man. I mean, like his hands are all the way down. Cannonier gets the takedown. Wow. He gets the takedown. He needs to be looking for submissions. He needs to go and empty out the gas tank and try and get a submission. Because, just laying down an MVP is not going to win him the fight. He's already lost the first 2 rounds. He needs a finish. He's got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to work. Third and final round. He needs to go out there, man, and just... He's got top control. I think he needs to move on to, find a way and move on to side control and maybe look for a DAS or, who knows, even a guillotine. But again, Michael Venom Page has got one of the best... oh, wow. Cannonier's got full mounts. Wow, he's got 3 minutes left to work. Oh, Cannonier's on his chest. Cannonier's still on top. He's got half guard now. We've still got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the round. So, Cannonier's got all the time. He's got a lot of time to find a submission here. But it's not easy, against a guy like Michael Venom Page, who's got, one of the best takedown defense in the game. But, Cannonier throwing some heavy ground and pound. That's what he needs to do. He cannot be comfortable. Cannonier cannot be comfortable with this position. He's already lost the first 2 rounds. He needs to be way more urgent. Still got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the round. That's a lot of time. Oh, Cannonier's looking for he's looking for a Kimura. Wow. Yeah, Cannonier's really looking for that Kimura. I'm so happy I was wrong. I'm so happy I was wrong about this fight. It's been an exciting fight. I thought it was gonna be boring, but I'm happy about this fight. It's been very, very exciting. And it's not even over. Still got 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the round. Jared Cannonier is on top of Michael Venom Page. He's looking for a submission. Great top control by Jared Cannonier, throwing some ground and pound. He's got 1 minute left to get a finish. Oh, heavy elbow by Cannonier. As a heavy elbow. Brutal. MVP, I think he knows he can survive. He's not really trying to get back up in the first 2 rounds decisively. So he's just looking to ride the third round out. 30 seconds left in the round. Another heavy elbow by Cannonier. 10 seconds left in round number 3. And that is it. That is it. Not the best fight, but at least it wasn't the boring fight that I was hoping, or the boring fights I thought it was going to be. Decisive win for Cannonier. I mean, decisive win for MVP. I did have Michael Venom Page winning this fight. At least I was right about this one. Um, and I did say that MVP was gonna win a decision over Cannonier. So my prediction was right, and I cannot wait for the next fight. I cannot wait for Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. We're getting closer and closer to that Plessis versus Shimaya fight, but yeah, it's a nice win by Michael Venom Page. I wanna hear who he's gonna call out. He likes doing call outs, and he likes doing call outs. So I want to hear who he's gonna call out. Maybe I think he might call out Robert Whitaker. I think he might call out Whitaker. It's a fight that makes sense right now. It's a fight that could main event a fight night in Australia next year. Let's see who he calls out. It was a good win by MVP. Got a crazy knockdown in the first round, and then got another knockdown in the second round. He survived the ground and pound and the grappling of Cannonier in round three. So yeah, big ups to MVP, man. A nice decision win. Let's see who MVP is gonna call out. The only way to approach Michael Venom Page when you're gonna fight him is just, have a heavy grappling game. It's the only way you can get and see yourself a win over Michael Venom Page. Because if you're gonna strike with this guy, you're gonna have a hard time. Unless maybe you're like Michael, what's his name, Platinum Perry. You're like Mike Perry, and you just go forward and you throw strikes. Oh, MVP didn't call anyone out. I thought he was gonna call someone else. He didn't call anyone else. He's saying maybe he might go back down to welterweight. I don't want to see him back at welterweight. I don't want to see him back at welterweight. Yeah, I don't want to see MVP going back down to welterweight. He's got way more winnable fights at middleweight. Plus, the division needs a guy like him, a guy that's got crazy striking, and a guy that's very exciting, and that fans know, and that fans want to see fights all the time. That's a nice win by Cannonier. They're showing the trailer for UFC 320 and Goliath versus Pereira too. That's gonna be an amazing fight. I hope Pereira shows up at UFC 320, October 4th. It's gonna be an insane fight. And we've also got Marab versus Sanhagen. That's an easy win for Marab. I think he gets an early submission because Marab is going for submissions now, so he's a dangerous guy in the division right now. So let me read some of your comments, chat, and let me hear what you're saying. We got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates coming up next. Fight was supposed to happen in UFC 314. It didn't happen. Jeff Neal pulled out, but we're getting it now, and I cannot be more excited, man. I do have Carlos Prates winning that fight by TKO, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Let me see the chats. We've got Shiva Sony saying, "Hey man, your fights." And then we've got Georgie. We've got Georgie saying, "What's up?" We've got Georgie in the chat saying, "What's up, bro?" He's saying, Georgie, another comment says, DDP by whatever he wants. And then we've got a guy from Korea saying, "Hello, cool guy. I'm South Korean. What is up, bro? Good to have you on the stream, man. Good to have you on the stream. Hope you guys are well. Hope you're good." Again, guys, it is UFC 319. We're reacting live. Reacting live all the way from South Africa. I'm in South Africa. It's 5 a.m. right now. We always gotta wake up early when Dricus to Plessis fights, man. When Dricus to Plessis fights, we always gotta wake up early. Just trying to see what the chat is saying. Again, guys, UFC 319, I'm reacting live. We've got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates happening right now. Well, not right now, but they're about to make the walk. And again, guys, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you love the UFC, if you love MMA, subscribe. UFC 319, man. I mean, I cannot wait for when DDP versus Khamzat fights. I couldn't even sleep yesterday. Yesterday, I couldn't sleep because I was so excited about this fight. I woke up. It's 5 a.m. right now. I woke up at like 1 a.m. An hour before the prelims were gonna start, and I was so excited, man. I woke up like I was full of energy. You know, it's like I had sugar or something. It's because I've never been so excited for a fight. The last time I was this excited for a fight, and I said this yesterday when I was on live stream doing the pre-fight predictions. The last time I was this excited for a fight was Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor too. And I wasn't even excited for that fight. I was just excited to see Conor McGregor fighting live for the first time because I didn't see him. You know, here in South Africa, we only started watching the UFC on TV in 2019 because that's when ESPN was able to bring the UFC to us. because before that it was on Fox, and we don't have Fox in Africa, or at least in South Africa. So in 2021, being able to watch the biggest star in Conor McGregor fight live, I was very excited. But for DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev, it's different. I'm not even excited about Khamzat Chimaev being the biggest superstar in the company, and Dricus Plessis being South African, and wanting to support him. No, the only reason why I am so excited and I'm so hyped for this fight is because I genuinely do not know who's gonna win. I do have a prediction. I said DDP might get it done in round 2 by TKO, but even that, like, I'm saying DDP is gonna win, but I don't believe that. I'm not sure if I believe that. I think also Khamzat might win, but then when I think about that, I don't believe that Khamzat is going to win. Also, I don't know what's going to happen. Is a piano going to fall on Khamzat Chimaev's head? Is Khamzat Chimaev gonna fall out of the cage? Is DDP gonna plot Omar? I don't know, boys. I don't know. But one thing I do know is I've never been so excited for a fight ever. Like years from now, we're gonna talk about this fight as you had to be there. You just had to be there. But right now we've got Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal at welterweight. It's about to go down. It's gonna be such an epic fight. It's gonna be such an amazing fight. Someone's gonna get finished in this fight. That's for sure. I can guarantee that. If no one gets the finish in this one, then it's gonna be a 5-round war. Again, Jeff Neal versus Prates was supposed to go down at UFC 314, but Jeff Neal got hurt. He had to pull out, but he is back. He is back. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. I want to know your predictions. What are your predictions, man? I mean, we're only down to the last 2 fights before the big fight in DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev. I think this is a massive fight, man. It's a massive fight. But I want to know your predictions, man. We've got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates happening right now. Well, not right now. They're still showing the trailer and they're about to make the walk. But I've got Carlos Prates winning that fight. I think Carlos Prates, sorry, he's got one of the best striking in the division, one of the best strikers in the UFC, in fact. Yeah, but I want to know your prediction, boys. Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal, hands of steel. And a fun fact that most people don't really know, or I don't think most people know, Jeff Neal has a KO win over Bilal Muhammad. Another reason why you should like Jeff Neal is because he knocked out Bilal Muhammad way back in the day. I think it was in 2016. Yeah, 2016, Jeff Neal knocked out Bilal Muhammad. So it's another reason to be a fan of Bilal Muhammad, a fan of Jeff Neal. I mean, sorry. I mean, why would you be a fan of Bilal Muhammad? It doesn't make any sense. But then after Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates, we've got the co-main event: Laurent Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Not sure if you guys are excited about that fight. Are you guys excited about that fight? I mean, it's hard to be excited for that co-main event because I know most of us are not really familiar with Aaron Pico. I know we've seen highlights, but we've never watched the guy, or at least I've never watched the guy fight live. Not really, never been the biggest fan of Bellator. I'm not even sure if Aaron Pico was the champion at Bellator, so I just want to see if he's UFC caliber, and I just hope that he puts on a good fight and he doesn't do what Peachy or Patchy Mix or whatever his name is, whatever that guy did against Murillo Bautista, and he just stood there He just stood there in front of him and, didn't really throw anything at all. It was that fight was so hyped up. We were all excited that the UFC are bringing someone from Bellator that's going to defeat Mario Bautista, and it's crazy that Batista actually ended up winning that fight. But I hope when Aaron Pico makes the walk and he enters the cage, I hope he gets the UFC hyped and he gets the fight fans hyped, like what Michael Chandler, what he did back at UFC 3, UFC 257, and that McGregor card. He knocked out Dan Hooker in his debut on the co-main events, and I was very excited about Michael Chandler. So Adam Pico's got a very, very big opportunity in front of him, and I hope he capitalizes. And also Lerone Murphy, man, him too. Biggest opportunity of his career thus far, getting a co-main event on the biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's massive for him. Again, I want to know your predictions and your thoughts on the fights. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates is about to happen right now. You've got Carlos Prates making the walk. Carlos Prates has entered the cage. Carlos Prates has entered the cage. He is in the building. We're waiting for Jeff Neal to come out now. Jeff Neal is making the walk. Haven't seen him in the UFC in a very long time. He's pulled out of a few fights. I don't think it was his fault. Just injuries that happens. Jeff Neal has the 4th highest takedown defense in UFC welterweight history at 89.7%. That's impressive. He has finished 12 of his 16 wins, and 12 of those came by knockouts. Hands of Steel. He's got that nickname for a reason. It's not there for nothing. You've got 16 wins, 12 of those are finishes, and 10 of those 12 finishes are by KO. Then you deserve the nickname Hands of Steel. Joe Rogan's key to victory for Jeff Neal. He wants Jeff Neal to regain top form and to land combinations. Yeah, when Jeff Neal is landing those combinations, it's really unstoppable, especially when he's against the cage and he's throwing combinations at you, right hooks, uppercuts. But I don't think that's going to be effective against a guy like Carlos Prates. He's got, in my opinion, the best Muay Thai in the UFC right now. Very, very calculated striker. Carlos Prates, he reminds me of a prime Anderson Silva. It's just, he's just there to make you a highlight, for himself. Cannot wait, man. Bruce Buffer's announcing these guys right now. Jeff Neal 34, Carlos Prates 31. Carlos Prates has a 3-inch advantage over Jeff Neal. And he's got a 2-inch height advantage over Jeff Neal. So the odds are kind of stacked against Jeff Neal. But that's exactly what I want. I want Carlos Prates to win. I want Prates to win. Both guys are bouncing around the cage. They're ready to throw hands. Wow. I'm so excited about this fight, guys. One of the best fights the UFC has ever put together. I know this fight was supposed to happen back at UFC 314. We're getting it now. I'm so excited, man. I mean, they're bouncing around the cage. They're ready to throw hands. Here we go. Round 1. An intense start to the first round. Jeff Neal, obviously southpaw. Carlos Prates, southpaw also. Uh, the UFC said that Carlos Prates has a 2-inch height advantage. I mean, Carlos Prates looks way taller than Jeff Neal. Or maybe I think Carlos Prates just has way longer legs than Jeff Neal, but Jeff Neal's got a bigger frame than Carlos Prates. Insane pressure by Jeff Neal. I know he's excited to be back. He hasn't been in the UFC in a while. I can't remember what his last fight was, but every time he's in there, I think his last win was against Vicente Luque, and that was an insane performance at the Apex. Oh, heavy right by Carlos Prates. Nice jab by Carlos Prates in the southpaw position. Heavy leg kick by Carlos Prates. Oh, nice hook by Carlos Prates. The activity of Carlos Prates, man, this is why I love this guy so much. He's always in the cage. Like, he's always in there. I think the guy fights like he tries to at least fight 3 times a year at most. If not 2. Fighting 2 times a year is a priority for Carlos Prates. If we're lucky, he fights 3 or 4 times a year. He was the most active fighter in the UFC last year. I think he had like 5 fights, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. 5 or 4. Carlos Prates moving around the cage. Again, Jeff Neal just pressuring Prates in his face. He might run into a knee. Carlos Prates bouncing around, not really willing to exchange with Jeff Neal in the pocket. You know he's got heavy hands. Two minutes and 15 seconds left in round 1. Oh, nice right hook by Carlos Prates. Another one. Oh, nice knee. Oh, that's a nice right hook by Jeff Neal. We've got 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the round. There's so much time for anyone to land a massive shot. Oh, nice right hook by Jeff Neal. Heavy body kick. Oh, nice knee by Prates. Straight left by Jeff Neal. Oh! Spinning back kick. Spinning back kick attempt. Stiff jab by Prates. Yeah, the left eye of Jeff Neal is looking insane right now. I think it was one of those hooks by Prates that really hurts him. Oh, another left by Carlos Prates. Oh, heavy left hook by Prates. He throws a knee. Yeah, Jeff Neal has to clinch. I think it's becoming way too much for Jeff Neal to handle right now. Oh, another right hand by by Prates. I mean, he's hurting. He's putting it on Jeff Neal right now. Oh! Wow! spinning elbow. A spinning elbow. A spinning elbow. A spinning elbow. Like I heard, I think, yo, that was insane. A spinning elbow. I think I heard his skull crack or something. I don't know. Wow. A spinning elbow. Carlos Prates didn't even look. He landed that elbow and he walked away. A spinning elbow. Carlos Prates, man. This is why this is my favorite fights in the UFC, right? I've been saying it. You know, when he lost, people were saying, why is this guy your favorite fighter? This is the exact reason why. A spinning elbow. Wow. Yeah, boys, I was just trying to save that reaction I had. Spinning elbow by Carlos Prates. Wow. Spinning elbow. Man. I wanna see that I wanna watch it again. And it came out of nowhere. It wasn't like he had been trying or he was building up to land that spinning elbow. Just out of nowhere, he decided to throw a spinning elbow when it lands. Wow. What a finish by Carlos Prates. You guys know why this guy is my favorite fighter in the UFC right now. Carlos Prates is such a good guy. I mean, he's using his moment to try and get his friend signed into the UFC. He's talking to Dana White, telling him to sign my friend. He's a champion at LFA. What a good guy. I mean, like the spinning elbow by Carlos Prates was so brutal, man. I mean, he threw it out of nowhere. I was about to walk away because I wanted to get a drink, and I was like, let me just wait for this round to end. Because I did predict a first round KO. Such a brutal finish, man. I mean, like seeing Jeff Neal go down obviously hurts. Carlos Prates is calling out Leon Edwards. Listen, Leon Edwards, I know he's ranked way, way above than Carlos Prates, but I mean, Carlos Prates is by far slowly becoming one of the biggest stars in the UFC right now. He's got to accept that fight. If he doesn't fight Michael Morales, then this is the fight. He wants to fight in Brazil in October 11th. Bilal Muhammad is getting booed in Chicago. That's insane. You know, Bilal is from Chicago, as you know, and he's getting booed in his hometown. That's insane. Getting booed in your hometown. Yeah. Carlos Prates, guys, what an insane KO. That was insane. I guess now you know why he's my favorite fighter in the UFC. I've been saying it is my favorite fighter at welterweight. My favorite fighter in the UFC, in fact. We're getting closer to the co-main event. We've got Aaron Pico and Lerone Murphy coming up. I just hope that's an exciting fight as well. Lerone Murphy not the most exciting fighter in the UFC. He's had a couple boring fights. Hopefully, Aaron Pico takes a few chances and makes the fights exciting. It's really on him, you know. Lerone Murphy doesn't really have much, and he's got the most to lose. He's got the most to lose in this fight, so I know he's gonna be very calculated and he's gonna stick to his game plan, whatever his game plan is. So it's really on Aaron Pico to give us an exciting fight. If he wants to gain UFC fans, he wants to make an impressive debut. Because it's not always about wins in the UFC. It's also about becoming a fan favorite. If you wanna, you wanna stick around in the UFC as well. So Michael Chandler came over from the from Bellator and was able to become a fan favorite. Patchy Mix wasn't able to do that. Um, what's his name? Patricio Pitbull wasn't able to do that. He came over to the UFC and just wasn't able to compete with Yair Rodriguez at all. So I'm excited to see what Aaron Pico presents. Carlos Prates, boys, what a finish. Came out of nowhere. Obviously, it hurts to see Jeff Neal get slapped. A veteran. Um, One of the always puts on exciting fights. Hopefully, all is well and he gets the proper treatments he needs. And all the best to Jeff Neal. I hope you recover well. But yeah, man, again, we are still live. UFC 319. Just reading the chats. We've got Ellen Andrade saying hi. What is up, bro? What's up? Hope you well. Um, that was an insane KO by Carlos Prates. I mean, I'm trying to get excited for Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico, but that KO by Carlos Prates came out of nowhere, and it was so brutal. Like the sound, like I had my earphones on, watching the fight, and that sound to the skull, like the elbow to the skull, was so brutal. It was so brutal. Yeah, man, we've got Lerone Murphy versus Carlos Prates happening a few minutes from now. We've got the trailer on, and I'm not really excited about that fight. We had Jeff Neal. We had Jeff Neal versus no, we had Jared Cannonier versus MVP happen. I thought that was going to be a boring fight. and it ended up being a very, very exciting fight. And I did predict that Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico will not be an exciting fight. It's not because I think both guys are boring. I just think styles make fights. So we've got a guy in Lerone Murphy who is very, very technical. Um, Depends a lot on striking from the distance and making reads. And then you've got a guy like Aaron Pico who I don't, as UFC fans, we don't really know much about him. You know, at least for me, I never really watched Bellator at all, so I don't know much about Lerone. I don't know much about Aaron Pico, but I've seen some highlights on social media, and the guy seems to have good hands. He seems to have heavy hands. So I can't wait to see what he does on his debut. I just hope it's exciting. I hope he doesn't do what other fighters who came along to the UFC from Bellator did with the opportunities they were given. I just hope it's an exciting fight. But I want to know your predictions, man. I mean, who do you have winning against Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico? Again, guys, this is Zar-Kombat. Please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. If you love MMA, if you love the UFC, I'm the channel you want to subscribe to. I've got everything. I've got reactions to pay-per-views. I've got breaking news and fights that are coming up. Whatever you want to know about the UFC, whatever you want to know about MMA, whatever's going on in the MMA world today, whatever's going on in combat sports, I'm the guy you want to subscribe to. But let's get back to the fight. We've got Aaron Pico making the walk for his UFC debut. Aaron Pico is making the walk. I want to read the stats of Aaron Pico because I really don't much about him. I've only seen highlights on social media, and he seems like he's got heavy hands. I know he's trained with guys like Ryan Garcia and other elite boxers. He's also a heavy wrestler. He keeps on saying, I was watching Embedded, UFC Embedded, and I was watching UFC Countdown. He kept saying he's been wrestling since he was 4 years old. So I would assume he's got some good ground game as well. I don't know if he was a champion at Bellator though. I don't know if he was a champion at Bellator. Let's read the stats on Aaron Pico. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He's got 7 first round finishes. Finished 11 of 13 wins, and 9 of those came by knockouts. If you've got 11 wins and 9 of those are by knockouts, then you've got heavy hands. Aaron Pico has entered the cage. He has touched the UFC mat or the UFC canvas for the first time ever. He's making his debut. Doesn't look nervous at all. Yeah, Adam Pico's in the building. And that only means one thing. We're getting closer and closer to Dricus to Plessis versus Khamzat. As this fight is getting closer, I'm getting way more excited now. I'm getting way more excited, man. I mean, I still don't know who's going to win. I have a prediction that Dricus is going to win, but I still don't really, really know. We're only one fight away now. There's a lot of the line for Adam Pico and Lerone Murphy. I think it comes down to who wants this more. Got Alexander Volkanovski, the champion. He doesn't have a fight lined up right now. If any one of these guys can get an impressive win, I think they're next in line. Lerone Murphy, all the way from London, or England rather, is making a walk. Let's read the stats on Lerone Murphy. He's the sixth ranked featherweight in the world. He's unbeaten, 16 and 0, tied for the longest active win streak in UFC flyweight in the UFC flyweight division at 8. He's got the fourth most significant strikes in a UFC featherweight fight at 220, and he's got 7 wins by KO. That's impressive, man. That's an impressive. That's impressive. 7 wins by KO. He's also got heavy hands as well. I mean, everyone has a puncher's chance in the UFC, but I mean, it comes down to who wants it more. There's a lot of pressure on both these men, you know. And I'd say for Lerone Murphy, there's a lot of pressure on him getting his first big UFC pay-per-view fight against a guy that um, is predicted to beat you. I mean, Adam Pico is the favorite in this fight, which is insane. The fact that Lerone Murphy has so much experience in the UFC and he's faced heavy hitters before, like Josh Emmett, um, and the fact that the odds have him as the underdog is very, very disrespectful, in my opinion. But we're not the odds maker. Let's read the stats, man. Adam Pico is 28 years old. Lerone Murphy is 34. They're the same heights, and Lerone Murphy has a 3-inch reach advantage, or actually four, so a 4-inch reach advantage. Can't believe it's the co-main event already. I mean, this is big for both guys. Adam Pico can skyrocket into a fan favorite if he does the impossible and he gets a KO over Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy, he gets an impressive win. He can finally fight for a championship belt. Alexander Volkanovski still does not have an opponent. Um, a massive opportunity for both men. It all comes down to who wants it more. Who wants it more? Who wants it more? We're about to find out. Adam Pico looks like a welterweight. He's got such a big frame. He looks like a welterweight. Lerone Murphy, we have to remember, undefeated, one of the best undefeated fighters in the UFC right now. We've got him, Chimaev, Topuria, and Imavov. Those are the top guys in the UFC right now that are undefeated, and Lerone Murphy is one of those guys. Risking a lot. Lerone Murphy's got a lot to lose and a lot to gain in this fight. So excited, man. Bruce Buffer is done with the introductions. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. The crowd is hyped up. Here we go. Adam Pico with the pressure. He's in Lerone Murphy's face straight away. Closing distance. Oh. Oh. Vicious left hook by Adam Pico. They're in the clinch right now. That was a fast-paced start for both men. Yeah, man, I don't want to see these guys in the clinch so early on in the fight. I think they should break away. Pico looks like, oh, heavy leg kick by Pico. Oh, body shot by Pico. Another one, elbow by Murphy. Murphy's got the choke in. Oh, Pico escapes. Wow. Heavy starts. Heavy starts to this round. Pico's got top control, go on the ground. Fuck. Aaron Pico's got top control, they're on the ground right now. They're back in the middle of the cage. Leron Murphy again pressuring Pico pressuring Murphy. Pico gets the takedown easily. Leron getting up. Murphy gets back up. Leron Murphy dealing with a lot of adversity. Can Pico keep up the space? Nice spinning back kick by Leron Murphy. High kick attempt by Pico. Oh, nice knee. Nice knee by Murphy. Another knee by Leron Murphy. Pico throws his own knee. Oh, a nice shot to the body by Pico. Oh! 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 Spinning elbow by Leron Murphy. Give him the title shot right now. Give Leron Murphy, Dana White, Hunter Campbell, give Leron Murphy the title shots right now. No one else in the division deserves to fight Alexander Volkanovski besides him. He KOs a debuting Aaron Pico. What a spinning elbow by Murphy. Wow. 2 spinning KOs. Spinning elbow. Leron Murphy is still on the floor. He's still on the floor. That was so well timed. Wow. He needs to call out Volkanovski. Leron Murphy needs to call out Volkanovski right now. Bam! Wow. Leron Murphy got it done, guys. I thought that he would. I thought this fight was going to go to a decision. It was not a boring fight like I predicted. I'm so happy I was wrong. Leron Murphy finished Aaron Pico. What a performance by him. Yeah, man. Leron Murphy had the biggest. Leron Murphy had the biggest to lose out of everyone on the card. Leron Murphy had the biggest to lose on this card than anyone else, and he gained the biggest, man. Getting a KO victory in the co-main event of the biggest pay-per-view of the year. I mean, if that doesn't get you a title shot, what else is going to? He needs to call for Alexander Volkanovski right now. They're about to give him the mic. If that doesn't get you a title shot, I don't know what will. Maximizing an opportunity. Wow. Murphy's got the mic. He better call out Elders. He better call out Volk right now. I want to hear what he has to say. Leron Murphy undefeated. Gets a KO victory on the biggest fight card of the year. He's got to call out the champ right now. There we go. He calls out Volk. What a KO. Murphy had the biggest to lose, and he gained the most. And again, we've got to remember, guys, he took this fight on a few weeks' notice. Insane performance by Leron Murphy. Insane performance. Telling Dana White to sign his friend into the UFC. What a guy. Using his the spotlight to get his friend to get signed to the UFC. That's what a nice guy. Listen, man, getting a KO victory in the co-main event of the biggest pay-per-view of the year is so insane. Like, he's gonna get the title shot. Whoever the UFC were trying to get Volkanovski to fight, I know they are scrapping that right now and they're trying. They need to make this fight happen. I mean, Leron Murphy needed this. As much as he has been undefeated and he's beaten most of the top 15 in the division, but he needed a big win that was gonna put him up there with one of the best fighters in the world. We've got Renya Derrida in the crowd. We've got Calio Pahalio. And we've got Alexander Hernandez. We've got all the top 5 middleweights in the crowd. Biggest fight of the year, man. Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. It's about to go down. I cannot wait. I can't believe it's the main event already. Never been this excited for a fight ever. Last time I was this excited was when McCarthy's fought. Still Knox about to make the walk. Khamzat's about to make the walk. The crowd is already going crazy just watching them on the screen. Man, we're getting so much closer to the main event that I still have no idea who's going to win. The most chaotic matchup I think the UFC has ever put together. Definitely the biggest fights in middleweight history. Wow, wow, what a fight card! And if any of these guys in the main event wins by finish, uh, UFC 319 is by far up there with UFC 300s and UFC 257, and it's definitely up there with every one of these other cards throughout the years that have been one of the best fight cards ever. We're getting closer and closer, boys. We're getting closer and closer. Is Khamzat gonna finally get the job done and get the belts? Or is the belt staying in South Africa with Plessis, man? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments. Let me read some of the comments, man. We've got yeah, I guess most of the people in the chat, most of the people in the chat are not really they don't speak English, so I can't really read some of the comments. But we've got KA Dan saying, "I know you." Where do you know me from, bro? Um, yeah, boys, we are just a few minutes away from Dricus Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Is the belt going to Abu Dhabi? Is the belt staying in South Africa? Is DDP gonna find a way to win like he always does? Is Khamzat Chimaev gonna be as dominant as he always is? What is gonna happen? We are only a few minutes away. I could barely sleep yesterday because I was just thinking about this fight. And here we are. Biggest fight of the year. I hope Dricus Plessis wins, man. I hope Dricus wins. I hope he finds a path to victory, and I hope he gets a finish. I want the belt to stay here in South Africa with us. And also, we've got to remember, guys, as much as Khamzat Chimaev is already a superstar and he's one of the biggest fan bases in the UFC, if Khamzat Chimaev wins, are we ready to have at least, not even at least, are we ready to have one middleweight fight or one middleweight title fight every year for like the next 3 years? Because that's what's gonna happen. If Khamzat gets the belt, he's only gonna fight one time or once a year. That's the reality. But if it stays here in South Africa and DDP, Dricus Plessis gets the job done and he gets a finish, then we're gonna see him against guys like Carlo Bohalio, against guys like Nazardini Mavov, or even Anthony Hernandez. There's a lot of matchups that are in the wings. We've got a lot of matchups for there's a lot of contenders for the belts right now. That's why middleweights has been it says never middleweights right now is it's never been this exciting. I think the last time the division was stacked at the top was when Adesanya won the belts in 2019. When Adesanya won the belts, and we had guys like Paulo Costa in the conversation. We had guys like Yoel Romero in the conversation for a title shot. But ever since then, it's been stale. Adesanya held the belts for many years, and Pereira came along, and it was exciting for a while, but only the Pereira Adesanya fights. But for this one, man, I don't think I'll ever be this excited for a fight ever again, or this excited, I should say. Yeah, man, biggest fight of the year. It's going down in a couple of minutes. We're getting ready for both guys to make the walk. They're still showing the trailer. Khamzat Chimaev is about to make the walk. I am so hyped, guys. I am so ready to see this fight. I am so. I want to see this fight right now. But again, man, tell me in the chat, who do you believe is going to win? Who do you have winning? I want to know your opinion though. I still think, as much as I'm not really confident in my prediction, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very confident in my prediction, but I still have Dricus winning this fight. I think DDP is just much more hungry than Khamzat. I think DDP wants this victory way more than Khamzat, and I want DDP to win. I want DDP to win, and I want him to finish Khamzat Chimaev, so the UFC can finally bring. So the UFC can finally come to South Africa and bring a pay-per-view here. That's why I really want to see DDP win. And I mean, if we're being honest, guys, Dricus du Plessis winning is the best scenario for the division. But Khamzat Chimaev winning is the best scenario for the UFC because Khamzat is obviously like he's got like 10 million followers on Instagram. So if he gets the job done, he automatically becomes like the biggest superstar in the UFC. I think he becomes the biggest superstar in the UFC. So he can make a lot of money for them, but you know, for us fans, we're only gonna get to see him fight only once a year, like he always does. But yeah, man, so excited for this fight. Still not du Plessis, Khamzat Boss, Chimaev. What a fight! And it hasn't even happened yet. I'm getting so nervous, man. It is 6 a.m. right now in South Africa. We've been up since 2 a.m. watching the prelims and the main event, the main card. The main card delivered. Khamzat Chimaev is making the walk. He has entered the building. Here we go, boys. It is real. It is happening. UFC 319, we're live. Wow. We've got Aman Sarukin in the corner of DDP. Khamzat Chimaev, a massive star, man. He's got everyone on their feet right now. 14-0, obviously undefeated. He's got 9 first-round finishes, finished 12 of 14 wins, and most of those wins came by submission. The crowd goes crazy as Khamzat enters the canvas. Wow. It is real, boys. It is happening. It is live. UFC 319. Here we go. Here we go, man. Here we go. Imagine if either guy gets a spinning elbow. That would be so insane. If any of these guys gets a spinning elbow, crazy. Here we go, boys. Khamzat Chimaev is in the cage. He has made the walk. Let's hear the South African anthem play and get ready for DDP to enter the cage. Biggest fights in middleweight history. Wow. Here we go. Dricus is making the walk. Crowd is booing him. I don't understand why the crowd is booing DDP. Le Africa. He's walking out to our national anthem, so I've got to sing. Supondo lwayo iza imithandazo yethu Nkosi sikelela thina apokayo yorena uluka sichaba sa Yesu ufediswe diswale mathele usibuluke Sibuluke sichabasa. Sichabasa. South Africa. 80 blown fun answer. Dricus as confident as ever. It is real, boys. It's happening. Biggest fight of the year, boys. It's about to go down. Who gets the W? I do not know. Ah, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What a fight, boys. What a fight. A lot of South African flags in the crowd. So he's got the support. Barely looks nervous, smiling. A champion. Looking around, embracing it all. Could it be the final time you see Dricus as champion? Does Dricus keep the belt? Wow. I mean, everyone in his corner is not really concerned. They look like they know something we don't. His brother, Dricus to Plessis' brother, smiling at him. Okay, Dricus obviously the UFC champion. He's got the longest active win streak in UFC middleweights. In the welterweight division at 9. He's on an 11-fight win streak overall. He's got the 4th highest strike rates in UFC middleweight history. Wow. Here we go, boys. DDP has entered the cage. Here we go. Here we go. Wow. Biggest fight of the year, boys. DDP looks way bigger than Khamzat Chimaev. I have to point that out. I'm so excited, man. Wow. It all comes down to this, boys. Both men are 31. Both are the same heights. And they've got the same reach. Khamzat Chimaev, the favorite. Dricus du Plessis, the underdog. Here we go, man. Here we go, boys. The main event. Main event. Ngizokhokhela, please. I-TV ayisebenzi ngicela. Ngabe ngibuka kwi-TV ayisebenza. I'll even pay you, please. Ngicela. Thathe lo 20 rand laphayana etafuleni, please. Ngikhokhela mobo ukuthi uyafuna futhi. Ngicela. Ngabe ngibuka kwi-TV ukuthi ayisebenzi. Uyibonile ngithi ukuthi ayisebenzi? Yeah. Here we go, man. The biggest fight of the year. Gotta point this out again, boys. Dricus looks way bigger than Khamzat Chimaev. Way bigger. Now! UFC friends watching all around the world. It is the main of we've all been waiting for. From United States, Chicago. Here we go. It's time. Oh, get hyped up every time. Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, boys. Dricus, I think, is a bit nervous. Or maybe it's just his poker face. I don't know. Khamzat Chimaev getting ready to take him down. The crowd going crazy as Khamzat Chimaev is being announced. Biggest fight of the year, boys. Biggest fight of the year, boys. Wow. Dricus to Plessis embracing it all. Could it be the end of the African goats? Is he gonna get the W? Is he gonna lose? Wow. Insane fact. This is the first time Dricus du Plessis is an underdog as a champion. Guess still knocks du Plessis. Dricus wala already banned lo mlungu lo. Wala. Biggest fight of the year, boys. Let's go! I cannot wait. Both men are in each other's faces. What's gonna go down? This is gonna end in round 1. Go! Biggest fight of the year, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Is he gonna stop the takedowns? Is he gonna land the takedown? Cannot. Oh! Wow. Fight of the year. Dricus looks a bit nervous, boys. I'm not gonna lie. Is Khamzat Chimaev overconfidence? Oh! Khamzat gets the mounts. Listen, DDP has to get up. He's on the ground. Dricus, please get up. He's looking a bit nervous though. The crowd going crazy for Khamzat. It's looking bad for DDP, boys. It's looking bad for DDP. DDP trying his best to get back up. I mean, there aren't really big shots from Khamzat Chimaev. Can he survive this? Dricus, you gotta get up, man. You gotta get up. The worst starts for Dricus du Plessis. The worst possible scenario in the first round has happened. Can he get back up? 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the round. I mean, these small shots by Khamzat Chimaev is not going to end the fight. The referee is not going to intervene in this.
Ja, jetzt kann ich auch nicht.
Ja, is up.
Ja.
I mean, If Khamzat Chimaev can get maybe elbows, then you could potentially end this fight. These are just small punches, and I think honestly the referee should. I mean, nah, he's not gonna. DDP chance. Here we go. The arms out. Can Dricus defend this? Dricus trying to scuffle against the fence. They're against the fence. Dricus to Plessis looking to push off from against the fence. I mean, he's got to be very, very careful here. Khamzat Chimaev is looking for a submission. He cannot allow Khamzat Chimaev to get the submission or any submission in. The crowd booing. Khamzat Chimaev has the upper position, but he's not really doing anything with this position. Khamzat Chimaev still content on just keeping this position. Dricus also very, very smart. You know, he's not really risking giving Chimaev anything, kind of keeping him close, closing the arms, not allowing Khamzat Chimaev to go anywhere or get a better position. They're slapping each other on the mats. Dricus is throwing a few shots. Khamzat is throwing just a couple small shots on the floor, and Dricus is throwing a few slaps. We've got 30 seconds left in round one. Is it gonna go out of the round? Are we gonna go? Here we go, boys. Chimaev's got the back. Wow! Let's go! Dricus gets back up. Dricus got the neck. They're still on the floor. 13 seconds left in round one. Let's go, DDP! It's crashing. Shit. 5 seconds left in round one. Are we gonna see round two? We're gonna see round two. Let's go, boys. Man, DDP kind of breathing heavy. Everyone was saying that Khamzat Chimaev is going to get the first round submission. It's not happening. Here we go, man. Back on to round two. The crowd, the corner of DDP telling that was his best. I don't think Chimaev burns a lot of gas in the first round. But here we go, man. Round two, boys. Again, the biggest fight of the year. Our South African golden boy, DDP. Can he somehow get the job done? Dominant round one by Khamzat Chimaev. Here we go, round two. High kick by DDP. High kick by Khamzat. Takedown attempt by Khamzat. Khamzat is looking for the takedown. DDP staying patient. This is what he needs. He cannot afford to make any mistakes here. Crowd going crazy for Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev takes it down again. He's got the back. Smart by DDP going against the fence. This is what he needs to do. This is what DDP needs to do. You get taken down, you run towards the fence, That's where you can at least avoid a lot of submission attempts. Dominant first 2 rounds by Khamzat Chimaev, I'll give him that. But is he gonna gas out? Yeah, DDP's got to be very, very careful in this position because anything could happen. Khamzat Chimaev is looking for DDP to lower his shoulders so he can clinch in a submission. This is so intense, man. It feels like anything could happen at any moment. Yeah, man, these knees by Chimaev are not really doing much. I mean, it is what. Oh, he's got the rear naked choke. It's in. It's not in, boys. It's not in. Still got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first round. In the second round. He's still looking for that rear naked choke. DDP cannot allow Khamzat Chimaev to get that neck under, to get his arm under his neck. Cannot allow that. Khamzat Chimaev looks to be kind of breathing heavy also. Crowd booing. DDP showing his strength, man. Still against the fence. Still, DDP has not landed a single strike on Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, we knew this was going to happen. We knew that DDP was going to have to survive a lot in the first round. $50 seconds left in round 2. Dominant first 2 rounds by Khamzat Chimaev. Are we going to see round 3? I mean, Khamzat Chimaev, he is winning these rounds, but you know, it's not hurting DDP. Controlling the entire first 2 rounds. I want to see the third round and how it plays out, man. I mean, yeah, Khamzat breathing a bit heavy now. Khamzat being a bit heavy. We're about to enter the third round. The first 2 rounds, yeah, Dricus was being dominated. It was just Khamzat Chimaev all the way. I think this is the game plan of Khamzat Chimaev. If that's the case, then it's going to be a boring main event. Dricus, can he do something different? He's looking worried in his corner. Here we go, man. Round 3. Here we go, third round. Oh, nice left hook by oh. Dricus to Plessis landed a left hook, kind of stunned Shimaya, forced him to wrestle. Oh man, I mean, it's not looking good for DDP, boys. Khamzat's got side control. Khamzat, she might be looking for a Kimura here. Yeah, Shimaev's looking for a Kimura. I mean, we're in round 3 now, guys. I mean, Dricus has guess kind of have to be worried now. And I think the referee is going to have to kind of stand this fight up because, Shimaev is not really doing much. Shimaev's got the crucifix again. He's going to look for a Kimura. Yeah, he's looking for a Kimura. Oh, no. DDP having a hard time getting up, man. I mean, the fight might get stopped, guys. DDP is not getting hurt, but this is crazy. Controlled by Khamzat Chimaev. Oh, heavy elbow by Chimaev. I think they might end this fight, man. If Chimaev gets a few elbows in there. Yeah, no answers from DDP at all when it comes to Chimaev's wrestling and his grappling. Insane. Okay, at least DDP's arms are out. DDP has to give up the back. Khamzat's got the choke. Dricus has to fight the hands. Are you gonna see Dricus to Plessis quit? Khamzat Chimaev still on top. Wow. 3 dominant rounds by Khamzat Chimaev, and we're getting into round 4, boys. And if DDP gets taken down in this round, I think that's it. Crazy that we're going into round 4, and Khamzat Chimaev seems to have the better cardio. Here we go, man. Championship rounds. Is Khamzat gonna get the early takedown again? Okay, Khamzat Chimaev stops the takedown. Oh man, DDP gets taken down again. Wow. Insane grappling by Khamzat Chimaev. Insane, insane main event, man. I mean, no one really saw DDP getting dominated by like this. Gets taken down again. It's kind of sad, man. I mean, this might be the end of the South African as a champion. You know, these knees by yeah, DDP is just getting ragdolled now. I mean, Khamzat Chimaev, he is dominant, but he's not even looking for any submissions now. But if Dricus, listen, if Khamzat gets the crucifix, I think it's over for Dricus, man. This is crazy, guys. I mean, I didn't think DDP would be dominated like this on the ground. Here we go. Dricus has to throw. Oh! Knee by DDP. It gets taken down again, man. Wow. Ah, 30 seconds left in round 4. Crazy performance by Khamzat, man. I mean, it's been such a fun night of fights, and for Khamzat to not even try and go for submissions. Oh, he's got the choke. No, he doesn't have the choke. Crazy, guys. We've got one more round left in the fight. DDP looking frustrated. I think the belt is not staying in South Africa for any much longer. Dricus is aware that he has to finish Khamzat Chimaev. He's telling his corner it's the last round. I've got to go for the finish. If he gets taken down one more time in this fight, it's essentially over. And it's so crazy to watch, man. I mean, I was hoping it would be an exciting fight. He knows he's selling himself. He's gonna get the finish. Let's go, DDP. Let's see what Dricus does, man. High kick by Khamzat. Okay. High kick by DDP. He knows he needs to finish. Oh, he's throwing a right hand. Let's go, DDP. No, get up. Let's go, get up. He gets taken down. Ugh. I mean, Khamzat not even trying to make this fight exciting at all. He's gonna lay on him for the rest of the round, and he's gonna get the belt. At least Dricus is aware that he's down on the scorecards. It's blatant, it's obvious, but he's got the crucifix again, and I don't see him getting out of this position. Oh! He's got the uncounted. No, he doesn't have it. I mean, is this the guy that you guys want as champion? Man. DDP's tired, man. He doesn't even have... Let's go, DDP's got the top position. He's got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get the job done. He's got 2 minutes to get the job done. What can he do with this position? He's got the guillotine. Ow! He tried. He's still our champion, DDP. The crowd going crazy for Khamzat. A minute and 40 seconds left in the round. Okay. We've got one more chance. What can Dricus do with a minute left in the round? Does he have the energy? Dricus is tired, man. He's still throwing. That's our champion, boys. What can he do? Oh! He gets the right hand. He gets the right hand. 50 seconds left in the round. Ah! Oh! He's got the elbow. 30 seconds left in the round. See this shit? Is he gonna get the choke? No way, no way, no way. Does he get the choke? Does he get the choke? 30 seconds left in the round. That's our champion. That's our champion. That is our champion. I mean, I know he's probably lost, but what a champion, man. What a champion, Dricus du Plessis. Wow. DDP, what a champion. Khamzat Chimaev was too much for him. What a champion Dricus has been, man. I mean, he went on an unforgettable run. Chimaev got the job done. I heard he might retire if he wins the belts. So I want to see what's going to happen. He has had a couple of health issues. He's got all the money in the world. I know Dricus is going to come back home and he's definitely going to work on his wrestling. But I mean, he gave it his best, you know. He was tired and he still threw shots at Khamzat. Congratulations to Khamzat Chimaev. It's been a long time coming. He was supposed to be champion back in 2021. What a performance. I mean, not even a performance. I mean, what a domination by Khamzat. I wish it would have been more exciting. DDP tried to make it exciting. It's what the UFC wanted. They wanted Khamzat as the champion, and they have that now. Now we're gonna get to wow, 50-44. Insane, boys. I mean, it's sad. We knew Khamzat was going to be champion at some stage in his career, but watching DDP lose hurts as a country. Yeah, man. Khamzat saying it was a war. DDP made it exciting fights. You can see that Khamzat clearly doesn't care about the fans. I mean, it's nice for him that he had to do what he had to do. I mean, every time he tried to stand up with DDP, he, Dricus kind of hurts him. But I'm just listening to DDP's post-fight reaction. What a champion Dricus to Plessis, man. I mean, DDP apologizing to the country for, you know, I mean, yeah, man. Shimaev is the champion. It wasn't the fight that I expected it would be, but it was a dominant performance from him. Big ups to Chimaev, man, and Dricus du Plessis was still proud. Really put South Africa on the map in terms of us just, you know, being um, as a country, just having us in the spotlights of the biggest combat, the biggest combat sports event of the year. Yeah, DDP. I think he's definitely gonna work hard at his wrestling. I think he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back stronger. I mean, this is not what I expected this fight to be. Khamzat Chimaev, I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are happy that he's finally champion, but the thing is now we're only gonna get to see him fight like once every few years. I think he's got maybe 2 more fights left in him and he's gonna retire. But that's just my opinion though. Um, really sad to see DDP lose. Yeah, that's just sad, man. That was sad. That was sad. That was sad. But again, guys, I am South African. I was hoping that DDP could get the job done. He believed, but Khamzat was just too much. Khamzat was just too much. The grappling was too much. The wrestling was too strong. Um, I know there's a lot of people in the comments that I was live yesterday and I was telling everyone that nah, there's no way we're gonna lose. Belt staying in South Africa. I know people are gonna come after me in the comments. Um, yeah, it's life. We gotta take our defeats. I mean, DDP is just 31 years old. I think he's maybe 2 wins away from potentially fighting for the belt again. So it's not too far fetched. He could maybe see Chimaev again. Yeah, man, Chimaev is just so dominant. So dominant, and I think what um what I'd like to see next is Khamzat Chimaev versus Renier Derrida. That's the fight that I want to see next. But let's read some of the chats. Let's see what you guys had to say. Yeah, boys, DDP lost. The belt is no longer in South Africa. It is in Abu Dhabi. It's a sad day for us South Africans who were really, really supporting our champion, Dricus Plessis. But it wasn't a competitive fight. It was a domination by Khamzat Chimaev. But what does this mean now for the middleweight division? I know that the UFC are happy that Khamzat Chimaev has won the belts because Khamzat Chimaev obviously is one of the biggest stars in the company. So him having the belts is gonna it's gonna bring in a lot of money for the UFC, especially with those Arabic countries, your Abu Dhabi, your Saudi Arabia, your just those countries are gonna bring in a lot of money for the UFC. But then, in hindsight, when we look at what really matters, and that's him defending the belt. I mean, Khamzat Chimaev barely fights once a year. So now that he's the champion and we've got contenders that are on the rise, that you've got Khalil Bohalio, you've got Nazardini Marvov, you've got Renier Derrida, you've got Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Now all these 4 guys are gonna have to wait for a very, very long time before they can get an opportunity. I think most likely what the UFC are gonna do is they're gonna give Renier Derrida the opportunity to fight Khamzat, If not him, most likely the winner of Nazadini Mavov versus Kali Bohalio. That's who I think, or that's what I think the UFC is gonna do next. But yeah, man, I mean, you never know. I mean, Khamzat winning the belts, um, especially with that performance, if he had gotten a first round submission, or if it had gotten like if he had gotten a finish, then it would have been like it would have been much more poetic, him being a grappler that's so dominant on the ground, and him getting a finish over the champion would have been a much more significant moment than him just laying on DDP's back for the entire 5 rounds. I mean, it was such a fun card. We had Kai Asakura versus Tim Elliot. Tim Elliot got the submission out of nowhere. And then we had Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. That was an exciting fight. I thought it was going to be boring, but luckily it was an exciting fight. And then Carlos Prates, my God. Carlos Prates, the welterweight GOAT. I don't care that he lost to Ian Gary. Carlos Prates is my GOAT. That spinning elbow came out of nowhere. That was so vicious and scary. I mean, yeah, that was impressive. And then, you know, Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Lerone Murphy, congratulations to him. I was hoping that he would win. And not because I'm a fan of his or anything like that, but because, he's been in the UFC for a while now and he's undefeated, but he just needed a victory that would be so significant. Like he needed a highlight reel. I know he got one over Marcani or whatever his name is. He got that knee. He got a knee. He hit him with a knee to the face, but it was against the nobody. But then you're in the co-main event of the biggest pay-per-view of the year, and you've got a guy that's coming in from another promotion that's brought in to specifically beat you and come and take everything you've worked for. You take your position in the rankings, and you go out there and you face adversity. Pico came out there and he threw heavy shots. He threw everything at Lerone Murphy. He had him on the ground, and it was looking like Lerone Murphy was going to lose. And then at the end of the round, I think it was round 2, if I remember correctly, he just, as Lerone Murphy was coming, no, as Aaron Pico was kind of finding the range, he was coming in, and then boom, spinning elbow out of nowhere. Listen, if that does not get Lerone Murphy the if that doesn't get Lerone Murphy the title shot, I don't know what is going to. I mean, Lerone Murphy, he did the right thing. He called out Volkanovski. That's the fight that has to happen. I'm not sure that Volkanovski has a fight in the works right now. I think there were rumors that maybe he was gonna fight Yair Rodriguez, but Yair Rodriguez, I mean, that win over what's his name, Patricio Pitbull, was not enough, in my opinion, to allow him to get the next title shot. I think Lerone Murphy just skipped the line, unless maybe the fight has already been done. Yair versus Walk 2, unless maybe it's already done behind the scenes. But there's no need for that fight to happen. There's no need for that fight to happen, especially after what happened back in I think it was 2023 when they fought. Especially what happened when they fought. It was a very dominant win for the champ Volkanovski. Yair Rodriguez had nothing for him. I think maybe if Yair gets another victory, then he could, be in the talks for another shot at Volk. But Lerone Murphy, undefeated, and then a crazy KO over Aaron Pico, a Bellator legend. I mean, Lerone Murphy has to get the title shots. He has to get the title shots. If he doesn't, then that would be outrageous by the UFC. Um, there were a lot of talks of um, what's his name, Imavov getting the title shot because he's undefeated. He's from Russia. He can give Volk a run for his money. But then now, people are forgetting that Lerone Murphy is also undefeated. He also is undefeated, and then now he's got the highlight reel over Aaron Pico. I think Pico deserves the title shots. Deserves the title shots, and not Pico. I mean, Lerone Murphy deserves the title shot, and he's gonna get the title shots. That spinning elbow was just beautiful, and it wasn't like it really hurt Pico. Like when he threw that spinning elbow, like you could hear the sound. I had my earphones on when I was watching the fights, so I had that to the skull. It was so brutal, and then Pico was just on the floor, just kind of just was stiff for a very very long time. So congratulations to Lerone Murphy. He's finally getting the title shots at 34 years old. Finally getting the title shots. Yeah, and then the main event, what was supposed to be the biggest fight of the year. Obviously, again, guys, I am South African, so watching Dricus to Plessis lose is gonna hurt. Um, but yeah, man, I guess Khamzat is just that guy. When it comes to the ground, he's just that guy, you know. Um, I really thought DDP was gonna get it done. I know he thought he was gonna get it done, but I think it was just like it was a beautiful game plan by Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not a fan of the performance. Obviously, we watched the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship, so we want to see fights. We don't want to see wrestling matches. If we wanted that, then we just watched the Olympics, and you know what I mean. Even that was even the Olympics are way more exciting than the performance that Khamzat gave. But I don't want to hate on Khamzat way too much. Um, I'm just gonna say it was a it was a very strategic game plan by him. Um, just getting DDP on the ground and tiring him out, and I think the corner of DDP was hoping that maybe Khamzat had only one round in him, but it wasn't like Khamzat was, you know, just going full steam in round one. He wasn't going full steam trying to get the submission. He took him down and he was not really throwing heavy shots, just kind of touching DDP on the floor, throwing like slight elbows, touching him, not hurting him. So plus he's got a new coach for his strength and conditioning, Coach Cal, who is a legend in America, the former coach of TJ Dillashaw. And if you know who TJ Dillashaw is, he had one of the best cardio of all time in the UFC when he was still an active fighter. So um, he did the right thing by moving to America and connecting with Coach Cal, getting his strengthening and his conditioning right. It was an effective game plan. It was such a letdown because, man, this was supposed to be like this was order for order. Such an impressive, like it was such a chaotic matchup, and I was hoping that maybe Khamzat gets a submission earlier on, or DDP gets a late round TKO. I mean, Dricus, at least he tried to make the fights exciting. I know he threw a knee a couple of times. He threw a left hook that hurts Chimaev, that forced him to rest. At the end of the round, like it was looking like the submission was gonna, when he had that rear naked choke in, I couldn't even watch. And my brother would say, I had him watch and tell me what was happening because I couldn't even watch. But yeah, man, Dricus is and will forever be our African champion. He's our champion. I still think that the UFC needs to bring um, a fight to South Africa. And now with Dricus having a loss, they can definitely bring. I know Dana White said that he wants to bring a stadium event to South Africa, but obviously you can't do that now. But he could at least, the PFL was able to come to South Africa, to Cape Town at the Grand West Arena, and also in Johannesburg. So maybe a fight night between, let's say, Dricus to Plessis and the loser of Imavov versus Khalil Pohalio, fight nights in South Africa at Grand West Arena in Cape Town. That would be very, very cool to see because I think that Dricus has done enough as a champion and he's gotten wins over prominent um, figures in the UFC. He's done enough for them to be able to bring um, the UFC to South Africa. I think it's time. You know, the PFL showed us that there's a lot of supports in South Africa for MMA. And if we have Dricus fighting in South Africa, it would be massive for the country, you know. It would be massive. It's the only thing that I would hope happens now that Dricus du Plessis doesn't have the belt again. You know, next year, UFC Fight Nights at Grand West Arena, UFC Africa for the first time ever. It has to happen. They know what has to happen. It has to make it happen. And then as for Khamzat Chimaev, I think the only logical, I think what's next for Khamzat is most likely the winner of Imavov and Khalil Pohalio. But if the UFC really wants to keep Khamzat active, or if Khamzat Chimaev wants to stay active, then Renier Derrida is right there for him. I mean, Renier Derrida won a decision over Robert Whittaker, and I think that's enough for a title shot. You know, if you beat a former champion, then you're right. You're right there for a title shot. Maybe one more win for Renier Derrida. Maybe Renier Derrida versus DDP. You know, that was a fight that I was hoping we would see with Dricus as the champion, but it could still happen. DDP versus Renier Derrida. We're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's a sad night. Well, not night. It's morning now in South Africa. It's around 7 a.m. It's a sad day for South Africans. Our champion lost, unfortunately. I think that as much as he did lose, I'm proud of the performance that he gave. You know, and him being in the corner in round four, being 4 rounds down, and telling his corner that I've lost all rounds. It's round five. I need a finish. I'm gonna get a finish. And to go out there and almost get the submission, hurt Chimaev was spectacular to see. And I feel like as South Africans, we can all learn from the champion. Or not really learn, take something from DDP. To never really give up on yourself. Because anyone else, I guarantee you right now, if anyone else in that division was in Dricus du Plessis' position, I think they would have they would have gotten submitted earlier on in the round, or they would have gotten frustrated. DDP, was getting taken down and was coming out. Um, he's coming out into the next rounds and he's smiling and he's getting ready to defend. He gets taken down, comes back around. He tries to get back up, gets dominated on the ground, and he's not giving up on himself. He's still defending very, very well. So it shows how much discipline he has, and that's why I like DDP so much. It's not even that he's from South Africa and that he had the belt, but it's what he represents. Like he's the type of guy that all of the young guys that are watching him right now that are inspired by him. That's the type of guy you want to be. At least that's the type of in terms of when it comes to discipline and achieving what you want. That's the type of guy you want to be. Never giving up on yourself and being calm in chaotic situations. We saw what happened to Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker got taken down, and as soon as Chimaev got the neck, he started tapping quickly. Started panicking. Usman is a high pedigree wrestler. He's one of the best wrestlers in the UFC, so he was able to defend a couple takedowns from Khamzat Chimaev. That looks very, very good for him now. Now that Khamzat won. It's a good look for Kamaru Usman because he lost to Khamzat Chimaev. But yeah, man. Overall, it was a very very amazing card. It sucks that the biggest fights of the year, the most hyped I've ever been for fights, did not deliver. But it doesn't take away from what we saw, man. I mean, we had obviously Chase Hooper. He lost. It was sad for me. I'm a big Chase Hooper fan, but it was a nice KO win for Anthony Hernandez. Cortines again got the W, and then but who else did we have on the prelims? We had Khamzat's I don't know how to pronounce his surname. That guy that was on the Dana White's Contender Series on Tuesday. He got the W also, and then Jared Mershot got slapped by Olin Shashek. And then we moved on to the main card. Tim Elliot got the submission out of nowhere. So yeah, man. I mean, submission. He got the submission out of nowhere. Michael Venom Page got a few big takedowns. I mean, knockdowns. I was saying that fight was going to be boring, but it ended up being a very, very exciting fight. So big ups to both MVP and Jerry Cannonier. And then we had, Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates, again, guys, my favorite fighter in the UFC right now. I've been saying this since he beat the Leech. I've been saying that he's my favorite fighter in the UFC. And a lot of people were clowning him for losing to Ian Gary, but Carlos Prates is a savage, man. I mean, Carlos Prates is an absolute animal. Spinning elbow was just insane. It was so well timed. It was so brutal. It was so beautiful. Unfortunately, it had to be Jeff Neal that was slept. Jeff Neal, a legend, a veteran at welterweight, has a win, a KO win over Bilal Muhammad. So I'm a big fan of his. But yeah, Carlos was just too much, man. Prates was too much. And then we moved on to the co-main event. Lerone Murphy got it done. Murphy got it done. Yeah, he needed a spectacular victory over Pico. He could not afford to get a decision on the biggest fight card of the year. He could not afford to get a decision. And he's you could see in his approach from the beginning of from the first bell, from when the bell rang in the first round, that he was looking for a finish. So for him to finally get the finish, a massive finish over a debuting guy, and that's enough to get him the title shots. I know that Volkanovski also wants to fight Lerone Murphy, that's for sure. There's no reason for the UFC to do Yair Rodriguez and Volkanovski again. We don't want to see that fight. Capitalize on Lerone Murphy getting the W, on Lerone Murphy getting a highlight reel. You put him in there with Alexander Volkanovski, then they can sell some pay-per-views. And then to cap it all off, Khamzat Chimaev, dominance, the most dominance I've ever seen him, by far. 50-44. There's not really much to say except finally got it done. We've been saying he's gonna become the champ for a very, very long time now. Finally got the job done. I think the best move that Khamzat Chimaev made in his career is just moving to California and train with Coach Cal, the former champion. I mean, the former coach of TJ Dillashaw. It was a very, very impressive. Well, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't impressive. It was just a dominant win. But him being able to train with Coach Cal and work on the strength and conditioning, we could see he was barely breathing heavy. Congratulations to him, man, and then to our champion, to our boy Dricus to Plessis. I mean, he's still our champion. I hope when he comes back, people are still gonna be waiting for him at the airports. I mean, what he did, or what he showed, the belief in himself, coming out in round 5 saying, "I'm gonna finish him." and then almost, I couldn't even watch. When he had that rear naked choke in, I could not even watch. I'm not gonna lie. If you go back and you watch this live stream, I couldn't even watch when he had that rear naked choke in at the end of that round. But yeah, man, Duplessis, he's gonna get back to work. That's for sure. And he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. Um, yeah, man, that's our champion. That's our South African champion. Always and forever made history. The first real African champion. Duplessis, man. Hopefully, the UFC gives him a fight night in South Africa. He always said that he always said he would rather fight on a fight night in South Africa than a pay per view anywhere else in the world. He lost the belt, but now they can bring a fight night to South Africa and finally bring UFC Africa and make it happen. Cape Town, Grand West Arena, Duplessis versus anyone in the top five is a move that the UFC has to make, and hopefully that's what they choose to do. But yeah, still Knox, still our champion. Um, he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back without a doubt. Just really has a lot to work on, and yeah, I don't know. Let me see some of your comments, boys. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chats. Try and turn this camera around. Um, Trying to read the chats. We've got Sandy Silver saying hi. What is up? And then we've got Abdi Moore Mohammed. I'm joking with you, my friend. I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, I want to know your reaction, boys. I mean, DDP lost. It was very unfortunate, but it happened. Yeah, there's not much to say. Again, guys, please do subscribe. It is Zar-Kombat. Anything related to MMA, I'm the channel you want to follow. Anything related to the UFC, everything related to the UFC, I'm the guy you want to subscribe to. Hey man, go check me out. Just trying to see some of the comments. Hey, we've got Calvin, my brother Calvin. Ubuhle, Fafa. I see you, my dog. Guys, Dricus Duplessis lost. What is your reaction? I'm still here with you guys. I'm not really going anywhere anytime soon. I want to know your reaction to Still Knox losing. One of them. Ongibheka lapho ku-YouTube ukuthi ngivela kahle yini. Yeah, boys. Duplessis lost. Khamzat finally got the belt. There's gonna be a lot of people attacking me on the comments. I think they're not here now. I was having a heated debate yesterday on my live stream. Just telling everyone that Dricus is gonna get it done. He's gonna win. He's gonna finish Khamzat in round 2. He's gonna get the TKO. So to everyone who backed Khamzat, congratulations to you guys. Now we have a champion that's gonna fight one time, once a year for the next 3 years until he retires. Because I mean, I don't see anyone beating him. If DDP can't get the job done, then none of these other guys are gonna get the job done. Maybe Rinya Derrida, he's got some decent grappling. He's not even decent. He's got great grappling. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Rinya Derrida, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So he can really give Khamzat a run for his money at welterweight when it comes to the grappling aspects of MMA. And then we've got who else? I think even Imavov. Imavov, not the biggest middleweight, but his striking is so crisp, and I think he could be able to maybe not stuff a few takedowns, but on the feet he would have a better chance than Dricus for sure. I'm just lying to myself, guys. I don't see Imavov beating Chimaev. I think the only person that has a chance is Renya Derrida, Renya Derrida. But then also I could see Khamzat Chimaev potentially getting the KO over Renya Derrida. Kalio Pohalio, I'm not sure. Um, I don't think Kalio Pohalio has what it takes to beat Khamzat Chimaev. But yeah, boys, Dricus du Plessis lost. Khamzat Chimaev is the new middleweight champion of the world. Tell me in the comments, man, what is your reaction? Were you know, yeah, man. Khamzat Chimaev is the champion. What is your reaction? Tell me below. I do not see anyone beating him. Um, yeah, man. Fortunately for us South Africans, Dricus du Plessis is no longer the champion. Um, but I do have a question. Now that Khamzat is the champion, is 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 still Knox is Khamzat gonna retire with the belt? But what I really want to know is who can beat Khamzat Chimaev? Who's gonna beat him? Now that Dricus du Plessis was dominated on the ground, obviously, for 5 minutes straight. 25 minutes. Who can beat Khamzat Chimaev? Like, I'm genuinely, I want to know. Yeah. It has been UFC 319. It was a spectacular card. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts before we end the live stream. I want to know your thoughts, guys. There's no one in the chat, then I'm gonna end the live stream. We've been streaming for 3 hours now. It was a solid pay-per-view. It was a solid pay-per-view. Khamzat Chimaev is the champion at 170 pounds. Crazy. We had a lot of people in the chat. Eric Jr. was the one who responded the most, or at least commented the most. Still Knox lost. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I would have hoped that it would have been a bit more competitive. Unfortunately, it was not. But uh, there's a lot to learn from what happened. Still Knox had a lot of self belief. Was able to get back up, or at least try to get back up, but didn't really work out. But yeah, man, it's been 3 hours and 22 minutes. Can't really see the comments anymore. I know I'm not seeing the comments anymore, but I don't think there's anyone commenting anymore. So yeah, man, I guess that's it for the live stream. It has been Zar-Kombat, boys. Again, guys, please subscribe, please like, hit the subscribe button. I think I'll drop a video on what Dricus does next, or what I would see, or what I would like to see him do next now that he's lost belts. So make sure to make sure to just watch out for that video. I'm gonna drop that soon, probably later today. But yeah, Still Knox, man, still the best that ever came out of our country, the best that ever came out of this continent. When it comes to MMA, it is our comeback, guys. See you next week for UFC China. UFC China, we've got Johnny Walker in the main event and Ying Ming, or whatever the guy's name is. I'll be watching live for that one. Yeah. Peace.